Hi friends, welcome back. We are very glad to have you. This is our number 5. So we are very glad to have the number 5 episode of this year. Yeah, thank you very much for staying with us and keeping on coming. Please call your friends, let them also be part of us as they subscribe.
Yeah.
So that we have these conversations. I like the conversations that we're having nowadays.
Yeah.
The last week it was very funny. People were really laughing about the water bottle.
The water
bottle. If you don't know what we're talking about, you can go back to last week and watch about the things that we forge to like, yet we don't actually like. Yeah, so this week we are actually very glad to have you once again. And we're going to talk about AI, which is also known as artificial intelligence, and how it is affecting us as the world, affecting us in our life. And in particular, we want to see how it has affected education in general, and how it's also affecting what else? Work
and
the
general
work life
as it is. Because actually for work, it's defining how work is done, and then it's also bringing in new ways of performing tasks at work. So it's a deep thing.
Yeah, so generally I wanted you, Keith, to tell us what is artificial intelligence, because there is someone who's just like me there wondering, what is this? Because what I've noticed is like it's a new revolution that has happened, and some people don't understand it yet. What is it?
Artificial intelligence, as it sounds, artificial, then intelligence means it's machines becoming smarter to the level that they are able to perform certain tasks that they couldn't do it before. But then this is fueled by the revolution we are in right now. We're in the 4th industrial revolution, where there's so much reliance on tech and on emerging technology. It's a wide thing that is sweeping the world as it is. And the scary bit is, whether you like it or not, it's coming to sweep you off.
Please. It's like COVID. You know, COVID came in and we were like, we weren't ready for it. And I feel like even AI has come in that way. Like people are actually not ready for it. The majority, at least the few that I've talked to, especially our the parents, they are shocked about this AI. And I don't want us to be those kinds of people that are going to be swept by this revolution. At least let us get to understand what it is. So in detail, what does it do?
Not in detail, but short. In summary, because in detail we can't even finish.
It's
because
wide. It's that
AI
wide.
is just one of the applications of the new technologies that is there. But what AI does is machines are taught, and they learn from patterns, or they learn from data sets to be able to perform certain tasks. A good example or a good application of AI is the ChatGPT.
Yes, ChatGPT.
ChatGPT is like you're chatting with a genius. Somewhere, because anything you ask, ChatGPT will, try to answer. Remember, at first, ChatGPT wasn't perfect. I remember there was a time it was tested by some schools. They ask like basic questions. And then the teachers sit down and fact check and find out, oh no, this thing is not perfect. So what does that mean? The machine, the technology is evolving, it's growing. And as the more we use it, the more it becomes sharper,
more intelligent. So it's like we are the ones who are feeding it with information.
That's why it's going to explode and to learn everything. So the more questions you ask, the more queries you have for it, the more it's becoming sharper. So what they're doing is, like right now, ChatGPT has 2 versions. There's a free one. I think it's ChatGPT 3.5. That it was trained with small data sets, right? But then there's the big one, ChatGPT 4, the one that you pay for, has like crazy data sets.
It does a lot of stuff
to train. Yes, it's more it's more hands-on on almost everything. The other one is kind of conversational, where you can just ask it like
it's free.
And then it's also limited in terms of the data that it has
going to release.
Exactly. So, but now there are so many other applications, AI-based, that have come, and they're disrupting the way people research.
Yes.
So that means they're affecting, to a bigger extent, education system.
Yeah, because I'm wondering if these other applications that you're talking about, like ChatGPT, it can help you find out. Like general, I'm wondering if we had it during our education time.
Oh, yeah.
We wouldn't have struggled the way we struggled.
Those endless years in the library.
Yes, in the library, you're researching for things, you're sweating. And right now I'm wondering, how is it affecting education? Because now, like at university, is there any question you're going to ask that the students are going to fail?
Do you know, like ChatGPT can even correct your code.
Can you imagine code? Guys, IT, remember how we wrote
it can write for you a code to, that you can use to run like stuff that was happening in school. You go sit down, think deeply. But right now,
it can write for you the right code.
Exactly. And if you've written a code and it's not, there are some bugs or whatever, you can paste it on ChatGPT, then it corrects for you.
Oh my God, guys! You see where we are. I don't know. How are you doing it in schools? How are people doing it in education?
So
because now and what I don't like is that most people are actually kind of blind. Like they are rejecting it. They kind of taking it in a subtle way. And yet this is an explosion that has come. I think, for me, my fear is it going to wipe away education completely? Are we going to see professors like they are not worth it?
I mean, we realized when social media came, you find an influencer who is just maybe a 21-year-old could earn more than a doctor who has spent like 6 years studying
in school.
You understand? So the new technology comes with its own advantages and disadvantages. And one of the biggest fear and one of the biggest things that the world is scared of is the loss of jobs.
Yes.
Because they are saying this technology will be so smart to the level that we'll not even need people
to
do
outsmart
certain
us.
jobs. Right?
Yeah.
But then the biggest challenge is always like here, if you have some such engagements with people, they'll be like, but we're in Africa. I mean, by the time we reach that level, things will not be there. But don't forget, it's now a global economy. There are so many jobs available out there.
Yes.
Right? The remote jobs that are well paying.
It's no longer about Africa alone. Because if you're talking about if you're in certain countries that do not have internet, and you think that even other countries in Africa don't have internet. For example, like in Kenya, internet is very much accessible.
Even in public places.
Yes, in public places it is free. It's no longer a restriction, it's no longer a limitation. And so if you're in a country that doesn't have internet, that's still struggling with having internet, you are going to be left behind.
True.
You're going to be left behind. You won't be knowing what is taking place. You won't know that some people moved on, And I was looking at it in this way, that how are teachers, a really normal teacher, going to be affected by this ChatGPT, this AI thing?
Artificial intelligence. So there are two ways into this. First, there's a teacher who acknowledges the presence of ChatGPT and artificial intelligence. Then there's another teacher who is resisting it.
Yes.
First of all, they are not well conversant with technology. They're not invested in themselves.
Because now if I'm thinking about a village teacher who doesn't even know yet how to be on social media, on WhatsApp, and you're talking about AI.
It's a bit of advanced technology. So maybe we dwell with the one who understands it.
Yes, those ones who are now in the internet world, who can access internet. But then my really, really big scare is with those ones that we are going to leave behind.
Well, you see, at the end of the day, we cannot all fit in one what?
Guys.
in one mindset, in one. We cannot
just like
all be
the rich and the poor. The Bible says the poor are always going to be among the stars. I don't want to be among the poor.
So
I refuse. So also you refuse to be among the people who are not going to know this AI.
So we identified some of these things are basic, right? Oh, well, they're not basic, but we got all information. We got a lot of information available for us to upgrade ourselves.
Yeah.
First of all, if you're on, like everyone, most of the people have smartphones, but what do most of the people do with them, right? You're either on TikTok or YouTube,
guys,
or watching any live thing based, watch just entertainment purposes. But then the same phone has a wealth of knowledge that can make you an expert in any field, right? Even that same YouTube that you're spending time on YouTube shorts and YouTube shows and all that, you could check out channels that talk about these things, the emerging technologies,
like this
AI. Exactly, like here we are informing them, giving them the basics, so you can equip yourself. So getting back to the question of what are teachers going to do, I say there are two ways into this. First of all, if you embrace technology and you are willing to learn, as a teacher, I mean, you can learn. You know the importance of researching and engaging yourself in these things. So there are those teachers who first we've identified this thing is not going back.
It's not.
It's with us.
That is what I'm scared about. It's not going back. Some people might be quietly praying that this is a phase that will go. It's a revolution that has come to sweep us and take us. So we better be on the same train and move.
You better, if you want to fit in, if you want to reap the benefits later, or if you want to empower your generation, you better begin embracing it. You better begin learning.
Yes.
So, one, teachers should embrace it. Because a good example, if this thing is not going, why can't you make your class interactive?
Yes.
Like you tell your kids, like today, we're going to use artificial intelligence to learn about anything. If you guys have any questions, you can ask any question.
I guess that is for schools that have computers and internet.
Even the teacher's phone.
The teacher's phone can show the entire 500 kids.
No, I'm saying in a classroom. How big are classrooms by the way?
Oh, like government schools are very big. Kids are very many.
Yeah, so if you guys are like 50.
This will apply to the people who have computers, who are already well equipped with this thing.
Well, and I think then also schools should invest, or governments
should be the ones to think. Really, like if your education minister is not thinking about AI right now, right? If your education minister doesn't even know what AI means, that's already a
What if the minister is like 70 years old?
That's another problem. They might actually be younger, but they're not exposed to technology.
Yes, as I was saying, now teachers need to make the classes interactive. Bring in chat AI into their studies, right? And as we said, a good example is asking the kids to come up with questions, and they ask chat GPT or any other AI program, and then they try to see the answers that are coming, and then as teachers they can fact check, since this is something in their curriculum. That would be good. The other thing is you discover in a classroom it's all about people being put in one group, one box. It's like one size fits all. You are doing subjects that you never like. Kids will be like, if I don't like this subject, what can I do, right? And that's a good question you can ask ChatGPT. If you told ChatGPT as a kid
that what can I do?
Yes, like I don't like maybe the arts, or I don't like sciences, I love this and that. Can you like make for me, a career path?
Wow,
or a projection really for my career.
A big thing,
And these are some of the things parents and teachers should be doing, so that you're able to identify what your kid can do. And as it is, I'm sure the traditional ways, the traditional jobs, all things are going. So it's high time we begin embracing these things. And as parents, I think the basic you can do is just try to learn. The best, because I've interacted with parents and the only thing they say is, oh yeah, my kid showed me this, my kid showed me that,
and they don't know what is happening.
Like, it's supposed to be the other way. You understand, because it's your kid. If for example, if you bought your kids gadgets, phones, laptops, computers, you must also work with them and know what they are doing and know what they need to be doing, right? So as a parent, you have to invest a little bit of your time, not even money.
Because time.
I mean, if you can access internet, if you can send that WhatsApp message or watch that TikTok video, that means you have the time and you have the resources.
And if you at work, like for example, if things are changing at work and ChatGPT, all those other things, that applications that are under AI are affecting you at work, you can bring it at home and start helping your kids get to know.
True.
You know, for us who homeschool, we have no option than to start quickly to let them know about these things very fast. And any parent, I think any able parent right now that can afford internet, please let the kids start using these things. Let equip your children to start using these things early. But then it's a lot of questions that we are left with of what we're going to do, because it looks like this whole education system, not only in Africa, in the whole world,
I mean everywhere,
it's really going to affect us, even the work. Because now if you say write this proposal and there are some things that we don't have to think about anymore. You just have to tell ChatGPT and it does things for you and corrects for you. And then, gives for you the right grammar, gives you the right
exactly. They even have the AI power tools for editing your documents.
Yeah.
You understand? So I mean, we're in an era where you don't even have to like sweat. You understand?
We are not going to sweat.
You just need to understand the basics.
God.
Then you can be perfect.
Aish.
Right? Actually, this era you can be anything
you can be anything you want.
Maybe apart from a doctor.
You can start again. You can really start. It's not going to be too late again. It's not going to be an excuse of like I'm too old, I can't go back to school. I love the new revolution. For me, I love it. I love the fact that things are coming close and they are becoming easier for us. You know, where we're spending a lot of money to go and pay certain education. You know, is it worth it? You know, getting loans, getting
and you can study, you can create. The other thing is just even if you went like on YouTube and searched like how to make money with ChatGPT, you'll be amazed.
Yes,
like there are things, so many things that you can do. Like tested and tried.
You've done it yourself.
Yes, and I've made some money.
Yes,
right. There are things you can create. There's so much that you can do if you're in the creative field that can create a career out of it. And sometimes if you can sign up with these like sites that help freelancers, you know, connect freelancers with those who want services.
Yes,
you could make some good sums of money, and that's the future of work. You know,
it's the future of the world.
Then the other scary thing is they're saying these machines will become so smart and they'll take over jobs.
That's now another issue. But I want to believe by that time God will have already found. You know, God is very smart. Like we were talking about, for him, he's not shocked by this AI. He knows that we haven't actually used our brains so much enough. We are supposed to be super people. We're supposed to be super guys. Our brains are supposed to be super. So I want to believe that we are going to handle even this AI thing. So the fastest thing to do right now is learn these things, expose yourself to this knowledge. Understand when we talk about ChatGPT, do you know what it is? Start looking for it. Start teaching yourself about it individually. See how you can benefit from these things. Otherwise, you don't want to be shocked the way COVID came and shook the whole world and we didn't know which vaccine is which. Up to now, people are complaining that the deaths happening are because of the vaccine. You know, someone dies and all of a sudden someone says, they took the vaccine. You know, we don't want to be that type. We really need to teach ourselves.
A bit of ignorance.
So for me, as I've already told you, my worries for the people who haven't accessed internet. We're talking about people who don't have even power. We're talking about governments that have old education ministers that don't want to think, that think that internet is a bad thing, that think that technology is a bad thing and they want to regulate it. That is where such governments are going to suffer. You know, so we call upon each and everyone who's in authority, who's in this education system things, policymakers to really educate themselves about these things that are happening, because you know who's taking over the world? This young generation is taking over the world. The Gen Zs, they are coming very sharp. We are giving birth to sharp kids who are teaching us instead of us being the ones to teach them. You'll be shocked to have conversations with these guys, you know, to hear how much they can challenge you.
But the other also challenge is they've been, most of the old generation, like the millennials and other old
ones. Millennials, that old? Okay, course, we are not so much old.
Hey, if kids of 90s are in their 30s, I mean...
Yeah, that is a wake-up call. Are they already?
Yes, like 1992, 93.
They're in their 30s. Yeah. We have grown.
So the thing is, they just they're interacting with people who are of different generations, and at times I feel like we don't understand them.
Yes.
These guys' lifestyles and generation is totally different.
Totally.
You understand? And if you don't understand that, you will judge them a lot. I've seen them being judged.
Especially if you're a millennial parents.
Yes.
You really need, you are the people we're talking about to dive into these things and teach yourself. So that you don't frustrate your children. Yeah.
And that's what frustrates yourself.
Yeah.
You know, because you're raising a generation that is going to work in unique ways. A generation that life has been disrupted by technology.
Yes.
So you must understand the challenges they are going through, and you must understand things they use.
The generation that won't have walls, borders, they will be working for America while they are in Africa.
Exactly.
So what are you going to do about it? Are you going to put these limitations of they must learn Vasco da Gama? Is it Vasco da Gama? What is a cockroach? The thorax of man. We are going to really change a lot of things. Yeah, so even us who like homeschool and the other teachers, we need to look into our curriculums.
Actually, the point is acknowledging that technology, and there's a lot of disruption in the sector of education, and then, you know, adopting, using, like trying to employ these new technologies in whatever you're doing.
Yeah,
I think that's the only thing that will remove a lot of challenges and frictions.
Get used to it, like when you are cooking, ask just GPT what you're going to do. Just get used to these things, and they are very, very interactive and very nice. I love them. I feel like I need to dive into this and study once again. I'm very excited about the new revolution. Yeah,
I mean, it's amazing. So, and then also we need to mention something little about work. You said it has also changed the way work is done.
Yes.
Like some of these repetitive tasks, like replying to mails, writing reports.
Old generation, what are you going to do?
Those are things that are sorted for you. So actually, it clears a bit of your desk.
Yes.
And you can focus on other things that require human interaction.
Piles and piles of documents.
Yeah.
Wow.
Like things you have to go check, read like 4 pages and come up with a summary.
Work is really going to change, because
no, it has changed.
It has changed already, because if you are the type that is dealing with only these documents, you know, all that stuff, you're really going to have to change. People are going to lose a lot of jobs. It's always painful to transition. Change is always not easy. Some people will lose, some people will win, but I want us to be on the winning side. Let us be the people who are going to be winning and enjoying this thing.
But then,
you know,
as you go, I was having a chat with somebody, and they asked me, so if everyone studies technology, who is going to feed people? Why can't I just concentrate like agriculture and stuff? I'm like, it's okay, but don't forget, there are also some smart machines.
that
will like prepare the land, plant, like take care of everything and water it.
Yes.
And it's perfect. Never complains of headache. Never like never ask like kids to visit.
It's not so lazy.
Yeah, it's just something
it can dig an acre.
Yeah, like a good example actually is the tea sector.
Yeah.
Remember, there's a time the tea guys in Kericho were rioting.
Yeah.
You know the reason? Some of the big tea companies there, factories there, brought in machines that can harvest.
And people are like, we don't want to compete with these
that
machines.
Thing will do the work. It doesn't complain. It's not raining. It's not shining or whatever.
It does it perfectly.
It does a perfect job and cuts down on the expenses of the company. But on the flip side, it cuts on, it creates a lot of unemployment in the area.
In the farming sector. So
exactly.
You guys also in the farming sector, you are not also safe.
But I'm telling you, no one is safe.
No
or
one
you want
is
to
safe.
be a driver, self-driving cars.
Yes, they've already come.
Chefs. I saw a chain of restaurants in the US that has...
robots.
Yes, it has brought in them that make like fries. And it's perfect.
What?
And they say, the guy never wants to go on a short call or a break or anything.
I used to read about
just doing it, flipping burgers.
Imagine a robot saying it can't. And I'm like, I used to read about those things and I'm thinking that these things are going to come in years to come, maybe when I'm dead. But they are already here with us,
the
guys.
way technology is moving so fast.
Yeah.
Like 5 years can change the whole world.
Yeah.
And it's going to happen because there are guys who are just inventing everything all the time. So the point is short. As parents, as big brothers, as family people, what you need to do is just learn what this technology is.
Policymakers.
Yeah, and then also policymakers. They say one of the stumbling blocks of technology advancement is the regulation. Because you must have, policies and regulations that are guiding this type of innovation.
Yeah.
So if they take long, they also slow down on innovation.
Wow.
So the policy should always be, a step ahead of the innovators.
Yeah. Policies. If you say that you are an IT minister and you don't even know what we are talking about, please, East Africans, I bring back East Africans, equip yourself with these things. The world has moved so fast, otherwise we're going to be left behind.
True. Hey, Corey.
Hey.
So, what is AI to you?
It is an artificial intelligence that learns from places like the internet.
Okay. So, as an 11-year-old, how has AI tools like ChatGPT affected you, or how do you use them in your daily work?
I use it just for like scripts when I'm trying to make a game on Roblox. I sometimes use it for science. And that's it.
Okay, just the basic usages.
Yeah, and also some songs.
Okay. Oh, songs. How do you do that?
Write a song.
Yeah, I just ask what the song should be, and then it would say it.
What about the codes that you write in the animations that you do?
The things I do, I just put them in the game to see if they work. I made a sword game where when you say, give me sword, it will give you a sword.
Okay. And can you use AI to write a script for that?
Yeah, I just tell you how to make the script. I just said, make the script so that when somebody says, give me sword, it will give them a sword. And then it gives me the script, and then it just tells me what to do, of how to make it, and that was it.
So you think AI is a good technology for you?
Yeah.
Do you think it should be scrapped from the world?
Well, no, but some people might be scared of it because
especially us, the old ones. Yeah.
Wow, that's amazing. So anyway, it's good to hear from you, Corey.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Thanks for having me on the show.
Oh, you're welcome. Oh, do you have any other thing to say?
Yeah, the other thing about the sun.
Okay, tell me something amazing about the sun.
The sun produces more energy every minute than all the energy used on Earth in a whole year.
What? That makes God amazing.
Yeah, actually,
the sharpness of God.
And you can imagine if that's what God as, you understand?
Yeah.
And then if people are also created in the image of God,
Yeah.
that means they are a replica of God's like imagination and God's mighty. So that means
God is the
even
first
us,
AI.
yeah, even us moving to AI and
Yeah.
all that, we're just scratching the surface.
Yeah, we're
We
just
haven't, like, even
getting
explored.
closer to understanding God more and deeply. Wow.
Yeah.
That's so amazing, Corey. Yeah.
Okay, correct.
Thank you. That's all we had for you guys. I hope you have understood what we're talking about, what AI is. You're going to find out. You're going to equip yourself. If you have already, please move on and find deeper information. If you haven't and you're hearing it for the first time, please start Googling and find out these things. Delete some apps that are useless on your phone and put there these important things like ChatGPT, and remove games. Yeah, remove some things that are really not important and start teaching yourself. Thank you very much for staying with us. Have a great time.
Bye.